Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3P podcast. Today, I was going to be joined by Jacob and Xander, but they decided they were too tired, I guess, and tomorrow's Thanksgiving. But today, I'm joined by Fig Karl. Say hello.
What's good? We end up. It's not 3P today. It's 2P. You dig?
Yeah, it is 2P. So yeah, we're just chilling. I just got back from a movie. We were gonna record this earlier today, but we didn't get to it. Which this is the only reason why Jacob and Xander aren't on the podcast. So whatever. Fig Karl, you dig?
You
so
dig.
how you been doing?
I've been chilling, man. Just getting this bread. You dig?
Yeah, I wish I could be getting some bread. I'll be getting bread soon though when I get a job.
Hell yeah.
But so okay, I wanted to talk about something because this has been I've been watching stuff about this a lot recently. 6IX9INE getting life in prison. Okay.
Right.
This because it was announced on Saturday that he was taken into federal custody. It's just insane to me that he's on charges for he's on charges that mob bosses would get, the racketeering and RICO.
He's on gang affiliation charges.
Yeah, and the charges that he got are under the same section that mobsters are charged with, which is racketeering and RICO. And I thought that was just crazy because I already knew that he was going to court for stuff and he was getting stuff worked out, but then all of a sudden he's getting charges that have 20 years or 40 years or even life behind them. I thought that was crazy, but the thing that was crazier to me was that he turned down federal protection because the FBI, I think, was suspicious that he was going to be murdered or hurt, and that other innocent bystanders were
homeboy is definitely gonna get raped.
Oh yeah, for sure, because he's in Gen Pop too.
Bro, he's got that fucking he got that rainbow fucking hair. He's definitely gonna be their princesses and shit inside of that fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly. If you compare 6IX9INE to every other ugly dude in prison, which one would you rather? So
are you asking? No, I don't. No. We're not gonna go with that question. You're gonna ask me which guy I would rather fuck in prison?
Not personally you, but just hypothetically to a prisoner. If a prisoner sees all these dudes in a courtyard and they see one guy who's got long, pretty hair, which one would they rather? A guy who's under the mindset of doing something like that. You know what I mean?
Who knows?
You never know. But
I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I never I never broken the law. Okay, I do. I praise Jesus every day, all day. I pay my taxes and shit. I'm just out.
We Jesus boys. Jesus boys.
I have done nothing wrong in my entire life. Thank God.
Yeah, me neither. I hope, I don't ever want to become that artist where the music is good, but people don't listen to it because of, my backstory. Because I have a bad backstory or past. You know what I mean?
Are you saying people listen to the 6IX9INE because of his past?
Some people don't listen to 6IX9INE because of his past.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you can't really help what people listen. People are gonna hear one song and they're gonna judge you off of that one song, and never listen to you or judge it off your personality. That's why I don't know. I don't like to post too much on my Instagram or Twitter or anything, just because people base you off of personality and not judge the music for what it is. They judge it off your personality, and that's kind of the downside of being an artist. The way you get judged and shit.
The one thing that would suck about having a bad past but wanting to change is that it's harder to get like your message out there, because me personally, I want to help people with the music that I make, but the thing is, if I were to do something bad or have these court cases against me, then it would lower my credibility, because people would be like, you're not trying to help people, you're just trying to make yourself look better. So that's why, I mean, obviously I wouldn't want to do anything bad in the first place, but that would be another reason why I wouldn't want to, because it would just like ruin all my credibility.
Well, I mean, 6ix9ine's a dumbass. So,
yeah, I'm not trying to say that 6ix9ine really has a message anyway. You know,
I don't know if you should even worry about you trying to go to the amount of fucking people that go to jail that are in the music industry is, I would say, a minority, because they're not. I mean, I guess I would say the main people that would be the hip hop culture, but
yeah.
they don't go to like prison to life. Like, I've only heard of maybe like a handful of people, not even that many. I mean, I've heard people going to jail, like, I mean, with drugs and stuff, but they get out like within a year, you know, and
Yeah.
off for parole, so they can still do their music. But 6ix9ine is offered no bail, and 40 to life, what it sounded like. But
6ix9ine is one of those cases of a rapper that I don't feel like he was meant to blow up. I feel like another rapper case to me, in my opinion, that I don't think was like made to blow up was Kodak Black.
Kodak, what? Nah, no. That dude should have never blown up.
yeah.
I think, is he actually, like, does he have a mental disability? Because I swear to God, he's retarded.
I really don't know, to be honest. It's just he can't articulate himself clearly, ever. Like, whether it's on a song or just talking.
Yeah, that dude sounds stupid all the time.
Like, he's got some songs that I can listen to.
He wore a bag on his head to the Breakfast Club on the interview.
Wait, did he really?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta look this up.
Dude, it was dead ass a fucking bag on his, or I might have been. I thought it was a bag. No.
Oh, he. Why?
Because he's a fucking ugly dumbass. What he is.
Oh my god! If you listen to,
we gotta stop, as a culture and generation. We gotta stop making stupid people famous. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's getting worse, because not like Kodak Black and 6ix9ine blowing up is bad enough, but now we're like Jake Paul and Bad Baby, they're blowing up too.
Like, Kodak Black isn't even like bad compared to everybody. He just happened to blow up, and he just happened to actually be stupid. Like he's not going around here being dumb on the internet. Like, he's entertaining, I guess, but he's just dumb. Like Supreme Patty, like I don't really like that guy at all.
I have no respect for Supreme Patty at all.
I don't follow him, but I just see him once in a while on my like explore feed on like Instagram, or I'll see him once in a while on YouTube. I'm just like, why? This dude's not funny. This stuff isn't funny. This is like, I don't know.
It's like that kind of it's like slapstick humor, you know. It's not funny, really.
It really just appeals to the 13-year-olds, and
yeah, it's all about shock value.
Yeah.
It's like you squeeze lemons in your eyes and people go crazy because nobody's ever done that before.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, nobody's ever done that before on Instagram. And now he's making music too. It's like, it's sad. I mean, it's cool that music has become such an accessible form of art, but it's getting to a point where people who are not like meant to do it are doing it, and they're blowing up because of it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look at Lil Xan. He didn't even want to do music. He blew up, and now
he was a photographer, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know. That's all he wanted. Yeah, that's all he wanted to be, as a photographer. And now he's quitting it just to be a photographer, something like that.
Yeah, he got so caught up in this. And if you listen to any of his new songs, they're not really. There's no musical composition that goes into it.
I don't. I listened to his album. I did not like it at all.
The Xanarchy.
Sure. I don't remember what it's called. What was
Yeah,
his
that
one?
one of his most popular songs. It was weird because it had Charlie XCX in it, and it was called Moonlight. Oh my god, it was unbearable. Like I could listen to Charlie XCX's part, but it was so unbearable. Like the only song, there's a handful of Lil Xan songs that I can handle, and those are his most popular. The reason they're popular is because he's not mumbling and he's not repeating the same thing and he's not using an awful amount of autotune. But that's a majority of his discography is him either mumbling or repeating the same thing or using a god awful amount of autotune. That's another thing that bothers me about so much of the rap game is that there's too many people that use a god awful amount of autotune. I can understand autotune in a situation where you're like crunched for time and you can't do another take and you like messed up a note or something and you use autotune and it like a reasonable amount of autotune and it fixes it.
Well, I do. I don't use autotune. What I do is I guess I do pitch correct. So what I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do is I can fix like one certain note that I didn't hit out of my entire voice, but I'll do just a little bit to correct it.
yeah,
So it'll do that. If I have 5 notes that I'm singing, I can just do the third note and put it to the where maybe I was a little flat. I can correct it to there. I don't actually turn like autotune is literally just a switch you could turn on and boom, autotuned, and it
yeah.
goes to whatever it is. Yeah, I don't really like that kind of music at all. I don't listen to it, but I have been numb to it a little bit, so I can tolerate it and I bump it sometimes. Like I don't mind Gunna. I like Gunna a little bit.
Yeah, Gunna's.
Um,
I like Gunna. Um, One artist that sometimes just is so unbearable with it is Quavo. Um, what song was it? It was like a song where most of it wasn't rap, but he was just a rap artist that was featured in. I don't remember what song it was, but God, it didn't. His voice did not fit with it at all, and in the tracks where he doesn't use autotune that much, he sounds fine. So I don't know why he doesn't just do that every song. But there's some songs where it's just every single second of his voice is fluttered with autotune, and it's so bad. I can't really stand Lil Baby either.
I like that little Baby Gunna album they put together. That was fine. It was like
I
it was
didn't.
the amount of it was like kind of like the perfect amount of autotune, and I don't know. It wasn't too much, but it wasn't. Um, yeah, it just wasn't too much of it. It was just boom right there. Kind of.
For me, Lil Baby is a little bit too, or at least the songs that I've listened to by him is he's a little bit like too slow for me.
Can we also stop using little? Can we just fucking
Yeah.
come up with
Oh
original
my
names?
God, it's getting so unbearable. And
I
they
literally
keep
can't keep
blowing
track of
up.
it.
They keep blowing up. It is horrible.
I can't keep track of these littles, man.
Yeah, even the biggest artists that aren't mainly called Lil something, they have like a Lil Elias. Like Trippie Redd, sometimes he goes by Lil 14, and Smoke Perp, sometimes he goes by Lil Perp. It's like, why? It's not even interesting anymore. It's like the first artist to use Lil had a reason to use Lil in their name. And even some of the newer ones had a reason to put Lil in their name. Like for instance, Lil Skies, his dad's rapper name was Dark Skies, so he was the son, so he named himself Lil Skies. It makes sense. But now it's just you're using Lil because it's just a trend. It's just you can't think of a unique name, so you put Lil in front of it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually,
I can give a little bit more sympathy to the people who use Lil as just a meme. You know, like there's an artist at my school. Her name is, she hasn't even released a song yet, but like she raps, but she doesn't release them. Her name is Lil Knees, and her name is, the reason she called herself Lil Knees is because people make fun of her because she doesn't have kneecaps. Not actually, but it looks like she doesn't have kneecaps. But it's crazy when I go through my Instagram Explore page. There's so many like rap pages that will promote a Lil something. You know, it's just crazy.
It's annoying. Because it kind of just takes the fun out of being a creative artist or something.
like Supreme Patty is one of those people that make music specifically because he's in a position where it's profitable, you know.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I liked one of his songs.
I haven't listened to any of them, cause like when I see Supreme Patty, and it's a song, I don't want to listen to it. I can respect the hustle, I guess. I can respect that. And if his intentions are to make people get lit or make people feel better, then I can understand that too.
Well,
But
yeah,
it's just,
it was a song. It was produced by Scott Storch too.
oh yeah, I forgot that he was working with him.
It was called Mad.
Yeah.
Never mind it. It was pretty catchy, but it's probably because it was hella autotune too. I'm not gonna lie, but
It was hella autotuned.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. But there's so many artists out here that really only respect the attention and the profit, and it's horrible. I want the music industry to have better intentions behind it than it is now, because there's a scary amount of artists that are blowing up now that aren't doing it for the culture, and they're not doing it for the intentions or the art. They're just doing it to get attention and to be one of these famous rappers. You know, that's their only intentions.
Yeah. But I mean, it's always kind of been like that. It's more so now with hip hop, but
Yeah.
I mean, we've always had that in the music industry,
Yeah.
industry plant stuff.
Yeah. Like people said that Juice WRLD was an industry plant. And I don't really know.
I don't think so.
It's crazy because he was really small when like right when All Girls Are the Same hit the Cole Bennett YouTube page. He was really small. Nobody knew who he was.
Yeah. Did you hear? He also he didn't get that sample clear, so he only owns like 20% of that Lucid.
Yeah. Sting took like 85% of it.
Yeah, he's a little bit.
See, the thing is, he wasn't mad about it, but Nick Mira, the producer of that song, was mad about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I can understand that more because he's the producer of it, but Juice WRLD's because I remember Juice WRLD tweeted something. He was like, I made millions off that song, but it doesn't matter because I'll make millions more. And
I made millions and lost millions, yeah. But
yeah, and he was like, the message will still reach people or something like that behind that song. Yeah. And that was a good mindset to be in.
Yeah. I mean, if I got in that position, I feel like I'd be in the same way. Yeah, I'd be butthurt probably for like a day, but then I'll get over it. I mean, like, I have millions of fans now, and I have a record company that can actually get my samples clear now and shit like that. So I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
It's just one song. Sure, it's my biggest hit, but it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I had kind of a problem like that. Not really, because it was a lot different. Okay, so you know my song from Hellbent named Farewell?
Yeah.
So that song, I remember I was looking on YouTube, and I found it was labeled an XXXTentacion type beat. So it was labeled as a type beat, a free type beat that I could use. So I was like, okay. It said produced by Nasty Beast, and it was the instrumental of my song.
Yeah, I think you were talking about this on your other podcast.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, on your first podcast, were you talking about all your songs?
Oh yeah, I think I was. Yeah, but that was kind of crazy because I got a copy strike for that.
Yeah, I got a copy strike too, but like my song Tonight said somebody else has claimed my video because I apparently took their stuff, the beat, and I didn't take their beat. And it kind of sounded a little bit like it, but it was not theirs at all. And because I produce all my shit, and so I filed a dispute for that, and then I got it cleared. So he removed the copyright strike. I mean, did you try disputing it?
I have not yet. I did try to contact what was her name? I think her name was Emma Williams. She's Squirrel Flower. I tried to contact her. I looked on her Twitter and I found out she is a very like raging political person. So,
I mean, the video's not gonna be taken down. All it is saying you won't be able to monetize your video.
well, that's the thing though. It did get taken down, and I got a copyright strike for it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, I think because I looked at it and it said that it was manual. It was a manual copyright strike, which means she found it and decided to copyright strike it. And I mean, I can understand because it ended up being her instrumental anyway, which
Yeah, but you're not making revenue off of it.
exactly, I wasn't making revenue, and really the whole point of the song, I changed the name on SoundCloud. I changed it to Conditions by Squirrel Flower Remix featuring ALKA so that it, is more of her credit. But I wasn't intending to make profit off it at all. And she didn't even want to inform me about it either. I just got a message one day I got an email one day that said, you have received a copyright strike for your video, blah, blah, blah. And it said, copyright strike by Emma Williams at gmail.com, manual. So I was like, she saw it, didn't even contact me about it, didn't say, hey, can you take this video down, or hey, can you change the title of this video? She just gave me a copyright strike. And that's like that's very detrimental to a YouTube account. I mean, luckily it's my first ever copyright strike, so it'll go away in 6 months, which thank God for that. But that's just dangerous. I mean, she probably thinks that I'm just some young kid that doesn't know anything about music that just took this beat from her and decided not to credit her. But I had intentions. I had artistic intentions for the song as well, and I have my own visions for my music as well. I'm sure if we were to talk, we could relate on an artistic level. So, but she decided not to stoop to that reasonable level. But I mean, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm not going to be making profit off that song anytime soon, and it's still on SoundCloud. So, and I got hella more music to make anyway. So
there you go.
It bummed me out because it is one of my most personally meaningful songs that I've ever made, because the song means a lot to me. But still, I got a lot more songs to make. And speaking of that, if you have watched this far into the podcast so far, I'm working on it's technically like 2 albums / EPs. One of them, which you may have already seen me announce, because I mean, I've been going kind of quiet about music on my social medias, but one of the EPs that I'm working on right now is called Suicide Kids, and it may honestly turn into an album with the amount of music that I've been making. And I've been going pretty, I wouldn't say experimental. I've just been really getting out of my comfort zone with music recently, because I added another song to the EP called A Little Kid's Anthem, and it's an instrumental song that changes it's like basically multiple different songs mixed into one, and I wanted to go experimental in that way. But I also produced a piano song that I'm working on right now, where I'm singing and whatnot, and I'm working on that. And I'm also working on, well, kind of, we've been planning on it. It's called Wax Season. I announced it in my second episode of the podcast.
Right.
And it's with Carson and Jacob and maybe Max. We wanted to, because I went over to Carson's house like a couple days ago, and we recorded some music that didn't really go anywhere, but we did record one song, which I'm not going to talk about it fully, but I want to go back over there to record some more music, because I showed them the beats that I made, and they were like, I want to record to that. And it's just going to be meme music, because they were talking about rapping about shitting on the floor and whatnot.
That's gonna rap.
That's the best kind of rap.
She
The
did it on my
ugly
dick.
god type rap.
Then she farted it.
That she
You did.
shit it.
Yeah, I love
That's
that
a
song.
combo. I love that song.
That song's fire. I don't care. Best song of 2018.
As it is a song made to perfection.
Of generation. Right there, yeah.
I want to start making more. Or well, I haven't really made any. I want to make like funny rap, like the kind that Soul Body makes.
Yeah, dude, he fucking. He's fucking. I'm about to make a gay dude mad as fuck. That's fun. I don't even low roll it. I couldn't. I call him Mr. Young Soapy Dick now. That's all I'm gonna call him.
Young Soapy Dick. That's great.
That fucking line he said, "I'm in the shower, got a soapy dick." I said,
That
bro,
was a great.
I was really entertained by the song. I I don't know. Like I didn't care for the song in general. I guess I don't know. I didn't care for. Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase this because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't know if I like him as an artist, but he's very entertaining to me.
Yeah.
He has very entertainment value that I fucking fuck with. His flow is great too, but his bar he's a punchline artist. He's got these
Yeah.
punchlines that make you. I don't know. It's funny as shit. He's dope.
It's so funny because I have homeroom with him, and I've had home because I'm gonna have homeroom with him for the rest of high school. So, in ninth grade, I remember almost like every day in homeroom he'd come in and he'd be like, "Yo, Alex, come over here," and he'd show me what he was writing, and he'd be writing about the most absurd shit ever.
Yeah. I know how that goes. That's how I started in high school too. Fucking rewrote this. God, I wish I remember. We wrote this in band class. We all sat like in the corner of the room. We were writing these dumbass raps. Right, they were fucking trash, and we thought this was the funniest thing to ever exist. So then we gave it the paper to like this one kid so he can read all of our bars, and then he never gave the paper back, and I was so butthurt because he said he left it at home. He never brought it back to school, and I kept asking him. He said, "Dude, I couldn't find it." I said, "You a bitch." That was gonna change our lives forever. That was gonna blow up.
That would've been. What was the song about?
What? Oh, it was those stupid dumbass songs just about your dick and fucking bitches. You know?
Yeah, like he previewed. Well, not really a preview because he played the whole song, but he's like coming out with an EP either this month or next month, and he showed me one of the songs while I was driving home from school. Trust me, it's gonna be better than Wavy. You're gonna love it more than Wavy. Because, one of the lines was, I don't even remember what the context of it was, but he said something like, "It's gonna be all white like a Trump rally." Oh my god!
Can you tell him to do an intro to his song saying "Young Soapy Dick"?
I will inform him of that. I really wish I could have had him on the podcast today. That would have been so great.
Yeah, when we do a podcast again, make sure he is, because I want to talk to that homie.
Yeah, he's gonna be the homie. Another guy that I really want to work with is Young Jay. He's another artist from my school. He's a freshman, and he's actually a Chinese foreign exchange student. He speaks English perfectly well though, and he made one song. It was called Pull Up, and it was like a Playboi Carti type song.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to think of another artist because there's more Asian artists that kind of sound like him. He sounds like some of the members of Higher Brothers, and it was like decent, but it was still pretty good. And we were planning on a song to be on my album, which sadly never got released because he didn't get to record it. We talked, like I say, a month back, and we talked saying that we were going to make a song together, like for sure gonna make a song together. And I got kind of, if he watches this, then I'm sorry, but I got kind of annoyed by him because I had a song on the album called Hills. featuring Young J, and I had my verse done for it and everything, and it had a beat produced by Black Mayo, and it was so good. I was so ready for it to be done, and I was so ready for him to record his verse. But one day I was like, "Yo, when are you gonna be able to get the song done?" And he's like, "I'm not feeling the beat anymore." Which
It happens.
yeah, I can understand. Like if you don't have the energy anymore, there's no point in trying. But
No, sometimes like I do that too. Like I'll make a beat, right? And then like, yo, this beat's hot as shit. And then I'll go to bed, or a couple days later, I'll come back to the beat. I say, what the fuck was I thinking? I don't even feel this anymore. So
yeah,
that's what I have. Like I just store the beats. I'm like, maybe I'll feel it some other time. And sometimes you can't find a flow for it either. And I have that because I made a beat where I love the beat a lot, but I just can't find a flow or any inspiration of what to write about on the song. And that's
yeah,
really what's killer. But
yeah.
that's
There's
why I'm
been
kind of holding back on releasing my album right now. Is because I have some songs on there that I need to finish, but I can't because I just can't seem to write anything to it.
yeah.
Otherwise, the album's done. I mean, I'm just fucking sitting on it.
Yeah, there have been some beats that are like, they were the best beats I've ever heard, but I just could not think of either a flow or a melody or lyrics to write to it. Just, it wouldn't come to me, you know?
Yeah.
And I would try multiple times over and over again, but it would just never happen. The beat to Life Goes On with Swole Body, that was one of the best beats I've ever used, in my opinion. And I remember when I was first writing it, I had such a hard time getting lyrics to it because it was like a fast-paced song, so I had to make sure that my flow was on par. And I remember, how did it go originally? It was like, because now it's like Don't Need No Benzene Me. I don't even remember how it went before, but it had some really weird lyrics that didn't match the flow at all, and I rewrote lyrics over and over again until finally I found something that sounded right and that made sense. And then the melody, I didn't know if I wanted to be complex or not, but then I just chose the and it worked out really well. The only thing about that song is like the hook is good, but my verse, I sounded like I had no energy when I did my verse. Like my
Yeah.
verse compared to Swole Body's verse, oh my god, he went off on his verse in that song. But
Yeah.
like if I had the same energy that I had on Goner on Life Goes On, it'd have been a great song.
Yeah, I think the song was good in general, to be honest. I didn't really notice. I mean, you could tell the difference between two artists. Like, even on a song that we did together, we could tell the different vibes that we were trying to pass on, or even just like the experience level or whatnot.
Yeah,
You're always going to have that no matter what. I mean, there are some songs where they fit together really well and they complement each other very well. And I think that's kind of what you and Swolba did too. I even think that's
yeah,
what we did pretty well too. Even on our
yeah,
like hooks, I feel like we kind of bonded, felt
yeah,
really natural.
yeah. That I thought that was awesome, and I knew, because I knew the people I wanted on the album were, I wanted you on the album for sure. I wanted Swole Body on it. Um, I ended up getting Bandingo on it, which was crazy. And then I wanted Young J on it too. And there were some other people like this kid who's got like crazy levels of clout at my school. His name is LDL Peso. He gets thousands of plays per song, but his songs are like decent. But I wanted to have a song with him. And I remember I texted him. I was like, "Yo, would you be up for making a song if I could send you something?" And he's like, he posted on his story right after. He's like, all that collab shit is over with until I release a single, which is funny because he had already released 3 singles. He didn't know what a single meant. He thought that a single was a song that didn't have a feature on it, but a single is just a song that it's not on an album.
Right.
So that kind of annoyed me, but I was okay because like he's in his own lane, I'm in my own lane, it's whatever. So when I did the song with Swole Body, he sent me the beat. And he was like, okay, I'm going to get to writing. And I was like, okay. I was listening to the beat and I was like, how the hell am I going to make this work? It's funny because some of my best songs are the songs where I had no idea how I was going to do it at first. With Goner, I had experimented with a few things. I had experimented with certain flows and melodies, but finally I think it was my last try for that day. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this random shit and see if it works. And I did it, and without the layered vocals, it sounded kind of low energy. But then I layered my vocals and I mixed it a little bit, and it's like I listened to it and I was like, oh my god, that sounds like Soul Body. I like did that song on accident,
Right.
and then because it was like half of the hook that I had finished first, and then the next day I went back and finished the hook and then my verse, and I did it all with that same flow and layered vocals. And then when Soul Body sent me his verse like a month later, and then I put it on the song, it just fit so well.
Right.
I remember when I had finished the hook and the verse, I sent it to him, and he was like, "Yo, you improved so much since Life Goes On. I don't know if I can keep up with this." And I was like, "Wow, okay, that's awesome." And then when I did the song with you, I was at a point where I had a lot done on the album, and I didn't want to go through like starting a song from scratch. So I was like, I'm gonna see if I can pick a song out that he could do a remix to, and 563 Die With Me instantly came to mind because the beat sounds like one of your songs. My flow, at least, or at least the aesthetic of the song, fits you. So
Yeah, for sure.
and
But as soon as I heard the beat, I was like, yeah, I can snap bad on this real quick.
yeah, and when you you honestly read my mind with the lyrics that you wrote to that song, because you almost gave it more meaning to me than my verse did to me.
Well, I mean, I was just listening to what you were saying. I listened to your verse like twice, and I was like, okay, so he just really wants people to talk to him if you have it's a mental health, like, your song was just a mental health song basically. And I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, I already have, I mean, I got my song like Sad Boy. I have Time Flies and kind of Breathe, where I just kind of talk about let shit off your chest basically. And I was like, that's kind of right, that kind of stuff writing wise, it's kind of easy for me to kind of express. But
yeah,
I actually really honestly enjoyed writing that feature.
yeah. It was a great feature. I remember when you sent it to me, I put it on my song, and then I'm trying to remember the only time I like when you sent me it. All I did was make sure that it was on the beat, and then I wanted to wait to listen to it. I wanted to wait to listen to it until I was like in a position where I would be ready to fully interpret it. So I was driving home from school one day with Benton, and I was like, okay, we gotta turn this on. We turned it on, and then we listened to my verse, and your verse came on, and it fit the song better than anyone ever could. Especially when you did the singing part, because when you sang on it, I was like, why didn't I think of that?
The all you wanna get is high, so
Yeah.
damn stressed, wanna lose your mind. Yeah,
It's funny because when I sing that, my voice is on par for that tone too. So I'm like, why couldn't I done that? Why didn't I think of doing that?
yeah.
But
I mean, melodies. Honestly, I feel like that's one of my stronger points is just melodies,
yeah,
or something catchy.
yeah, like I just recently went back in your discography and was listening to more of your stuff, and your hooks are great. Like I remember when you first hit me up about Times, like however long ago that was. The first song I listened to by you was Sleepy Eyes, and that song instantly caught my attention. It was like
Yeah, that song.
the hook, the production, your verse, Muse's verse. It was just all around a really good song. So I was like,
Yeah,
this
that
guy.
song was crazy. I made that literally, I think like a year ago. I made the little piano piece, the the little that song is all original. So I made that little keys on there, and then I came up with that hook right away. And then I posted that on iFunny, right? I took like a 10 seconds off my Snapchat. This is when Snapchat was just like 10 seconds, right?
Yeah,
I posted that 10 seconds on iFunny. Dude, it got like 200 likes. I was like, okay, I guess I'll fucking finish the song then.
yeah,
and then, and then that was crazy too, because that was the first song that Tristan or Muse and I had linked up on. And so I met him at the studio, right? So I went to the studio. I recorded some song. I think it was probably "Breathe" or something. I recorded "Breathe" there, and then Tristan or Muse was next in line to go in the studio, and so like we were crossing paths as he was going in and I was going out. And the next time I went to the studio, I was like, "Yo, who is that guy that was um at the studio before me or after me?" He's like, "Oh, that was Muse," and I checked out some of his stuff. And I hit him up on Twitter, and we just linked. It turns out he literally lived like a block away from my house. I was like, "Word, what the fuck, dude?" Like, we could have been doing this shit forever ago. And then he came to my basement and he recorded his verse. And then we went to the studio and got that shit mastered and all finished up. And yeah, that song is amazing. I'm very proud of that song. It just hit a
Yeah.
thought. But I thought it was gonna do better. I thought every song that I put out was gonna blow up. To be honest, every time like, oh, this one's it. This one's it. No,
Yeah,
this one.
cause your biggest song is Fantasy.
Yeah, for some reason I don't even know why I wanted. Like, I mean I understand why it is. Like, it's a uplifting song, but I'm just like, why this one? Like, I feel like I have so much better. Like tonight, I feel like that was my best song in general. That was the beats fire, the hook is fire, and then
I
the
think your three best songs are Sleepy Eyes, Time Flies, and the one you just released, Blowing Smoke. I keep listening to Blowing Smoke, like,
yeah.
because I reposted it, and every time I go to my page, I see that I reposted it. I'm like, I gotta play it again, at least one more time. Every
So you're
time,
the one who gives me all the plays. Okay, I see.
probably, because I keep listening to, because just the I'm blowing smoke.
Yeah, I was actually gonna add more to that hook, but so like every time I sing a hook, right, I record it, and I'm like, all right, I gotta figure out more what to do with that hook, and then I never do it, and then
Yeah,
I guess this is gonna be the hook now. It's
it's
great.
good. It's good as it is. Just
Yeah,
the simplicity of it.
yeah, because I was gonna add just like a little more melody. I'm blowing smoke. Dun, 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 dun. I was gonna do that, but instead I just kept it that simple.
And the way, like, how the guitar sounds as well, the guitar sample.
Yeah, that sample was crazy. So I found that sample. I think I slowed it down a little bit, and then I did that wind up in the beginning. I didn't know because that song's gonna be on my album with the some of the songs on the EP that I put out. I didn't know how to really. I didn't want that song, the blowing smoke, to just come in with a guitar loop. Just
Yeah,
now. I wanted it to do something different, so I just kind of sped it up. I don't know if that'll work out in the album, but we'll see. Hopefully,
yeah. Um, I just recently listened to, because 2 months ago you released your the EP.
yeah, September.
Um, yeah, and that was right around the time that I was going through bad shit, and I wasn't listening to any music. Like, I was making music, but I wasn't really listening to any music besides the music that I knew that, like, would make me feel better. So I didn't listen to like anything that Soul Body was releasing. Not in, like, not to be mean, but I wasn't really listening to anything you were releasing. So when you released your EP, I didn't listen to it. But I just recently came back and listened to it, and it was like masterpiece level, in my opinion.
Jeez,
Um,
that's a lot. Thanks, I guess.
yeah. I really liked Tonight. Um,
Yeah, they're
for
like each song is a different vibe, really, but they kind of like blend together really well. I thought.
Who does the art for your cover arts?
That's Rico the Dingus on Instagram. Rico underscore the underscore Dingus. He does a lot of my artwork, but I also it really depends. I do my artwork also, so it depends on what
Yeah,
song it is. Like if it's a picture, normally if it's like a picture of a guy, that's me.
yeah,
But you could tell the ones that are like more, um, I don't really know, like
cartoony.
Sleepy Eyes. Yeah, he did Sleepy Eyes. Um, I did Time Flies. He did Wasted. So really, if I feel like I need more autistic value to the cover art, I go to him because he's crazy. I love his artwork. He's also
Yeah,
doing artwork for the album right now.
I think that's really cool. Like, the cool thing about it is that you have like a theme to your SoundCloud page now because of all the cool artwork that you use.
Yeah, no, that's why I fucking yeah. And he did. I think the best artwork he did was for Hello, because that one's fucking sick. I love that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really, because that's what I'm trying to go for. Is just have all my stuff kind of look the same a little bit, but have their own difference, and
Yeah,
people can
yeah.
know the difference. And I don't know, just
It
me as
really
an
it really
artist.
reinforces reinforces that lo-fi aesthetic in your songs. See, um,
I don't know.
for the artwork that I use, usually I'll either use like a picture that I've taken, or I'll
Yeah, did you
use
take
it.
that picture for Hellbent?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I don't remember where I found that. I think I found it on like Pinterest or something. But one of the rare times that I've ever scrolled through Pinterest, but I found it and it looked dope to me. So
yeah, that picture, I love that picture. That thing is sweet.
yeah, and it's so crazy. But for trying to see what cover arts I did make. I remember when I made tie-dye, I didn't want it to be like a Google image search. So, well, technically it was because I searched up tie-dye. But I searched up tie-dye, I blurred it, put it in a little square, and that was the cover art because I wanted it to be simple. And then for like most everything after that, I just used images that I found and I liked. But I made the cover art for Epicenium, which is pretty simple. Let's see. I made the cover art for the original 563 Die With Me. And then just recently with my new EP Suicide Kids, I made the cover art for that. I just had this idea in my mind where I wanted to have a picture of me black and white with my eyes blotted out. I thought that would look cool as shit.
Yeah, I really liked that EP. That did you let me listen to it early?
Yeah.
Shout out. So yeah, that I like that artwork a lot. I thought that was really dope.
Yeah. Because I just had that picture lying around in my camera roll. And it wasn't even like the exact picture. It was a picture of me holding the picture. But I cropped it out to just that, and I was like, this is perfect for an album cover. So I went into paint.net, which is it's like Photoshop without a lot of the most amazing features of Photoshop, which a lot of them you don't really need. So it's like the features that make Photoshop cool, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
So I went into it, and I made that original cover art, which now that I think about it, that was a really retarded choice. That original cover art, because when I was looking at it, I was like, why did I do that? But I went back in, and I decided instead of adding those weird pixels, I would just add noise to it. And then what I did was I painted over my eyes with black, and I was like, what would make this look cool? So I added noise to my eyes, but then I also added I forgot what it even was. I think I softened it. I think I softened the black around my eyes, and it added like this shadow effect on my eyes, so it made it look like it was actually hollow inside my head. So
Right.
that was dope, and I accidentally did that, but that was perfect.
Yeah, because I think
And
you sent me a picture of the EP, and I was like, I think you should take that pixelation out. I don't know. I think you should go back to the normal, just black and white on that. And I think I like that a lot better.
yeah, that was good advice by you, and I'm glad I did that. Cause like when you said that to me, I was like, I gotta go back and do it again. But I took the time to do it, and it ended up so much better. And actually, just recently, I was contemplating something. I was looking at my page, and I was looking at my name, ALKA Dream Police, and I went and changed it to ALKA to see if it looked better, and ALKA looks better. But
Yeah, sure.
I decided, at least for now, I'm gonna keep it as ALKA Dream Police because one, I want to keep Dream Police, that part of me, for at least a little bit, and two, it's so much easier to search for because if someone's like, "What's your SoundCloud?" and I can't send them the link, then I can't just say search up ALKA, because you will not find me. So,
Is there a lot of ALKAs?
huh?
Is there a lot of ALKAs?
There's like a decent amount of ALKAs. It's just this one ALKA9INE. It's all you will find. This Indian artist who's apparently really big in India, or like Bangladesh or whatever.
There's another ALKA with 666 followers. Is that yours? No, that's not yours.
I wish I had that much.
There's a lot of ALKAs.
Yeah. A lot of it is just ALKA9INE if you search on SoundCloud and YouTube. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm keeping it like this for now. But if I get to a point where you search ALKA and you'll get my name, then I'll change it to ALKA. But that's what I'm gonna keep it as for now.
What's the Dream Police part of it?
So, Dream Police, it was originally my sister's YouTube channel back in, God, I think it was like 2011, I think. That was back when I was like really little, and I was super into PewDiePie and Markiplier and Smosh and whatnot. I was like, I want to become a YouTuber. So I was like, I asked my sister, I was like, can you help me make a YouTube channel? She's like, you can just have mine. For some reason, even though she did like song covers on it. And it was called Dream Police 96. And Dream Police is a song by Cheap Trick, and it was her favorite song at the time. And 96 was the year she was born. So that's really just the meaning behind that name. But I kept that name for all of my YouTube career, really. And I had this original YouTube account just called Dream Police. And it is some of the best content you'll ever find. Is like 5 to 6 years ago. You will not find any other content that is as good as this on YouTube.
Yeah, I was wondering how you got like 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah, on my new account, it's like 3,600, and I'm not proud of that number at all, because none of the people that pressed the subscribe button did it because they liked my content. You know what? Since I haven't talked about this in a long time, and I haven't talked about this on the podcast yet, I'm gonna explain why I'm not proud of that number and why I do not get as many views as my subscriber count shows. Because I made a video, my most viewed video on my channel. It's got, let's see, it's got 600,000. Oh my God, is it gone? No. Okay, I got scared. It's got 669,000 views, and it was 3 years ago. It's a huh?
I watched that, yeah.
Yeah. It was a Five Nights at Freddy's 4 reaction compilation. And I mean, I obviously didn't think it would like get big. I just was bored in the summer, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a compilation of all my favorite YouTubers playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Or at least they were at the time. So I put it into a compilation. I uploaded it. And then it just started getting so many views, and I was like, why? Over the years, I've just been like, why? Why is this happening? And then, for whatever reason, I started gaining so many subscribers. And these are, I think, if I can literally count on my fingers how many of the people that watch this video actually came and watched my newer videos. I think it's like 7 people. Out of all the people that subscribed to me because of this video, that's the amount of people that came and watched my newer stuff. And it just makes me so mad, because it's like, why would you subscribe to a channel that does not make this type of content? They made I made like 3 videos like this. I made a video, it was like something about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. I made this video, and I made a video playing it. That was it. Like, there was no other content that was like that, so why would you still subscribe? And I still, like, it's slowed down quite a bit, but over these 3 years, I just keep on gaining subscribers. And it's like, it's weird to think that I'm mad at that. I mean, I'm not really mad at it, because it's like, either way, it's just a number. But it's just like, it doesn't show my true value, you know?
Yeah.
It's been It's just been the death of me
Yeah,
ever
kind of
since
like
I made that video.
like I dropped No Sleep, right? And then months later, it started getting like it's like at 10,000 views right now, right? And I was like, why? One day it just like blew up. Like it went from a few hundred, and then also it was at 5,000. I was like, what the fuck? And then the next day it was up to like 6,000 and 7,000, and it kept going up. I was like, am I blowing up right now? Like I don't understand. And then it just stopped at
Yeah.
10,000. But like the thing is, I didn't get comments and I didn't get likes. So I was really confused
Yeah.
as to what was happening, and it also like looks like that you're almost buying views or buying subscribers. I'm like, I didn't
Have
do it.
you
I just straight
have
up.
you have you checked your stats and seen where your views are getting coming from? Because you could actually see if you're getting botted.
How do you do that?
If you go to your stats and go down to websites, RSS, and third-party apps, you can see what websites or apps your plays are coming from. Because I remember one time I got 50 plays in one day on one song. I think it was Painted Flower. And I looked at the website that those plays were coming from, and all of them, all 50 of them, came from boostcloud.site. And I was like, somebody botted me. Like, I guess I understand if you really like the song and you're like, the song needs to get, like, blow up. But, like, don't bot me. You're just going to get me
You
taken
can bot.
down.
You can bot somebody else's song.
Yeah, yeah. People get like, sub-botted on YouTube and whatnot.
What the heck?
I know, it's weird. Cause I mean, as long as they pay their money, they can do it to whatever account they want to. So, people, I think, let's see. I know Painted Flower got botted, Misfit got botted, and a poem from Matthew got botted. And I have no reason why.
But they only bought it 50 streams.
Yeah, each time.
Why 50?
I don't know, cause I mean, Painted Flower went up from like 100 plays to, it went up 50 plays to 100 plays. A poem from Matthew went up like 30 plays to 80 plays, and Misfit went from 50 plays to 100 plays.
Bro, that's easy. That's easy stats if everybody just shares your song and actually listens.
Exactly. So I don't understand why they
Why would you
bought me
buy
like
it?
that.
Why would you even spend on 50? What is that, a fucking 3 cents?
Probably it probably doesn't cost anything at all. Like, if you're gonna bot me, at least bot me more than like 50.
What the fuck? It's weird.
I know. I remember I saw that and I was like, like, either somebody listened to my song 50 times in one day, or 50 people, or like a large amount of people listened to my song that many times. But then I looked at the websites. I was like, that's a bummer. You know, it's like, I didn't want these. I didn't deserve these 50 plays. Nobody actually listened to the song.
Yeah, that's almost the meaning to it. An artist, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, I would hate that. Apparently, I don't know. But
I remember there was this one YouTuber, forgot his name, but there was his channel got deleted because people were sub-botting him, and he was trying to get them to stop, but they would not stop, and he got taken down, and he couldn't get his channel back because people, like, it was like an organized group of people that were sub-botting him to get him taken down. It's such a weird way to, like, almost kind of attack somebody. I mean, you can use it to attack somebody because it's dangerous. Like, that's dangerous, you know? If SoundCloud were to find out that I got botted, or that I, quote unquote, used bots, then, you know, what would happen?
nothing, because it's fucking 50 bots.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But you said earlier, you were telling me your favorite songs by me was Blowing Smoke, Sleepy Eyes, and Time Flies. Kind of curious why you like Time Flies so much.
That song, your lyricism in that song it like reflects a lot of what I've felt throughout my life, at least, and as well, your production on that song was so, how do I think about it, nostalgic. Like when I first listened to it, that piano riff that you had on it,
Yeah.
it was, it just like hit the emotional part of my brain, like right when I listened to it, and then your lyrics just hit home. So I thought that was a great song. When I first listened to it, I listened to it so many times over. It was such a great song.
I appreciate that. Yeah, because you're not the first person to tell me that either. And I was just like, I was kind of like wondering why that. I wanted to see like the common theme between people telling me this was kind of because of the same thing you said. But yeah, when I heard that piano, so I go through all my samples and I heard that piano sample in the middle of the song. I was like, what? I gotta sample that 1 5 second loop, and then I put that shit together like it was glue, bro.
Yeah,
I kind
it's a
of
great song.
it's kind of weird when I write my lyrics. Because I always want to be honest, and I want to I feel like it's kind of my job as an entertainer or a rapper to kind of just share my beliefs, not necessarily shove it down your guys' throat, but just kind of like open your
Yeah,
mind. So like when I talk about religion, it's always like a sketchy thing to bring it up. So like I feel like sometimes I debate whether I should or shouldn't do it, but then at the same time, like fuck it, I'm just gonna write what I feel. And that's kind of what
yeah,
I did on that a little bit. Touched on religion a little bit. Guy did touched on religion too on Breathe too for a hot second, but
really the lyrics behind music is 50-50 between the artist's interpretation and the listener's interpretation. That's
yeah,
why like a lot of my songs aren't even fully about me. They're about someone who has gone through something like that before. um, like I'm trying to think. I know Taking It Back. I talked about religion and
taking
Taking
it
It
back,
Back.
winning back. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
um, in that song, I talked about religion too, because I was like, if you're really up there, just help me, God help me, and that is somewhat my own personal struggle. It's my own personal struggle on whether to believe in religion because my parents are very religious, so they've always put me in this mindset to believe in stuff like that. But um, like certain things that have happened in my life have pushed me towards this conflict of whether I should believe in it or not. Because it's that like really old dilemma of religion where it's like very simple. If God was
Yeah,
real, why would all this bad shit be happening? You know?
yeah. But that's also kind of a younger, immature way of
Yeah,
thinking. Because
yeah, and I'm aware of
I
that.
know. Because you come, I mean, I'm 23. You're what, 16? There's gonna be a lot where you're gonna change, and even the next couple years, you're gonna notice that. Damn, I was kind of thinking this way when I was 16, but it's kind of crazy to see how I'm thinking now. Because I was in the same spot as you at that point. Because my parents were super religious too, and they would shove Christianity down my throat and make me believe in these things. And I'm like, I don't even want to go to fucking church. Like, I don't even
Yeah,
want to hear that because I feel like I get nothing out of it. It's the same thing I hear every day. Like, why can't I just be a good person and go to heaven? Why do I have to? I don't know. I was kind of really in the same spot as you at that too. So I think you should just keep writing what you're feeling at the time too, because it'd be kind of really cool to see how much you've changed and your opinions and views are different as you go in your artistry.
yeah. And I was aware when I was writing it. I was aware that it was a mature or an immature viewpoint, and that was more of the other half of that interpretation that the listener interprets, because it's like if an I guess immature kid who's going through the same struggle listens to that and can relate, then maybe I can spread that.
Well, I want to. I think immature is the wrong thing. I think it's just ignorance, almost. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Just
These
like
all kind of sound like negative words, and it's not even a bad thing. It's just you
yeah,
haven't learned or been
it's like
through a
that.
certain thing to change your mind or whatever.
It's like that. trying to think of a word. It is naivety that has not been clarified yet, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've already clarified to myself what I want to believe and whether I should believe it and if there's a reason to. I've or at least I think I have. I still have a long way to go, but obviously, but right now I've clarified myself what I want to believe. But this is really taking it back as a description of, or at least the latter half of the song is a description of someone who is struggling on what to believe, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's a really good part of the song. When a song can interpret religion in that type of way, I can really respect it.
Yeah. Have you listened to my song Breathe?
Your song Breathe. Let me.
Breathe. I got that Shiloh sample on it.
I did not listen to that one yet.
Okay.
I've listened to over half your discography. I haven't listened to all of it yet.
All right. Well, Breathe is like a 5-minute song where I just purely rap for literally 5 minutes. But I touch on religion, and a lot of the aspects that you're talking about right now, I kind of talk about in that song. If you listen to it after we're done with the podcast,
yeah, I will.
Definitely let me know what you think of it. But yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying and where you're coming from on that song. I like that song a lot. Actually, that song was one of my favorites off the album because I could definitely relate to it even more so. Yeah. And I liked how you came in, taking it back, bringing it back, waiting back. I don't know.
Yeah, it was it really caught you off guard.
It did.
Another song that I interpret religion in is the Squirrel Flower remix, because the reason I sang so much about religion in this song in particular is because the night before I made it, my dad, who's super religious, came into my room and lectured me for an hour and a half on like the miracles of Jesus and whatnot. And putting aside all of the religious implications, just the concepts that he brought to the table for me were cool, because like whether you believe in Jesus or not, whether you believe in it at all, the concepts that his miracles have, that they bring to the table, are relatable, and they're fascinating. So he lectured me for like an hour and a half on this stuff, and it really kind of amazed me. But I didn't want the song to be like a gospel song, so I flipped it on its head, because I mean the song is a song. I say it's like a song to say goodbye. That's why I originally named it Farewell. And the sample, kind of sample, at least Emma Williams singing "I'll Be Gentle and Take It Slowly" and whatnot, that was really encompassing everything that I was going through at that time when I made the song, because I was going through shit with my girlfriend at the time, and so much shit was going on, and I was just having the same struggle that I was having in Taking It Back, whether I should believe in stuff like that. So I mixed the "I'll Be Gentle, I'll Take It Slowly" and her singing. I mixed that concept with the concept of religion, and I flipped religion on its head, because I said things like, I lay in the sepulcher, Jesus makes me rise, but I still hurt. And that's the story of Lazarus, because Lazarus was dying. His family wanted Jesus to resurrect him. He had died, but Jesus resurrected him after he died, and he arose. But I flip it on its head when I say, but I still hurt. So it's like, I may be alive, I may have been arisen, but I still hurt, so it doesn't even matter. And the best line, I think, in this is when I say, I try to walk on water, or like I'm the disciples, I try to walk on water, but I've got no hope, so I sink. That's one of the stories of one of the disciples with Jesus, where they were on a boat, and Jesus got off the boat, and he was walking on water, and one of the other guys got off and tried to walk on water, but he started sinking. I think I've already told this, but he started sinking.
I know. I already know the.
Oh,
I know
okay.
Stories. I mean, I've read the
Yeah.
Bible several times. I know a lot about it.
Yeah, but he started sinking, and Jesus said, if you believe in Jesus and if you have hope, then you can walk on water. And he started to walk on water. But I flip it on his head when I say, I don't have any hope, so I sink. You know?
Yeah.
Um, and that song, man, I didn't think I'd be able to pull off a rock song so well. It just sucks that I didn't know it was someone else's instrumental. That's why I think I've definitely learned a lesson from that, because I got to be a lot more careful when I'm, if I'm not producing my own song, then I have to be careful when I'm searching for the beat, because, man, it could have been a lot worse than what Emma Williams did to me, you know.
Right.
And luckily, I didn't do this when I'm like.
Well, I don't know. It just depends if the song blows up. Like, I don't even know why she came after you, because you're not making money off of. Two,
Yeah.
you're not even a big artist, and for them to bring a whole like legal team in there, it'd be absolutely pointless for 50 views. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's crazy because I don't even think the song broke like 30 views on YouTube anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't have it would cost some time and money for 50 views. I don't know. But
Yeah, I can understand why she would have taken down the tight beat, because it wasn't a tight beat. It wasn't produced by Nasty Beast. Nasty Beast himself actually went down in the comments and said, delete this. So I can understand that, and it had like millions of views. So
yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I think I've realized that I write lyrics a lot better when I'm in class.
Weird.
Huh?
I said that's weird.
I know it's weird because I wrote "Taking It Back" in class. I wrote "I Killed Myself to Say So" by Weezer in class. I wrote "Hellfire" in class.
I think I usually write my lyrics best when I'm alone, or when I have a feature to do. I feel like I saw that you reposted that feature that I did with Cage. Appreciate that. But yeah, when somebody else gives me a feature to do, I always feel like, I don't know if it's just the competition aspect of it, but I mean, I love writing features for people, whether it's a hook or just a verse too, because that makes me, I don't know, it brings like a different side of writing to me.
Yeah. One of the biggest parts about like a feature to me is the synergy. That's why when I was doing the features for my album, I really, really wanted to sound like each of the people that I worked with. That's why with Swole Body, I did exactly what I did. That's why I picked out the song to do how do I phrase that? That's why I picked out 563 Die With Me for you to do a remix for, because I knew that song would sound better for you than any other song. And then when I made Whippin' Up with Bandingo, that's why I tried to rap in that flow and do that kind of hook. And I think I did an at least okay job of keeping the synergy with the features that I did.
Yeah, you definitely did. I felt like the features did really good job on, they sounded really good on the tracks that you picked them out for. They all blended very well. I was actually really impressed with the album.
Yeah, I think I impressed myself too. I mean, it's definitely not perfect, and it's definitely not the best that I'm ever gonna do. But
well, I mean, I'm just looking at it like this. I heard all your singles. I didn't listen to your last album. I don't think I may have listened to a couple songs, but I think it was an album.
Yeah, Epicenium.
Yeah, because I listened to a couple songs, and then I didn't really like a few of them on there.
Yeah.
And then coming from those ones, and then he dropped all these, 19 songs for 55 minutes, something like that, which is crazy because people don't even big artists don't even drop fucking 55-minute worth of album.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate. I like long albums. I like to sit through and listen to them all as a whole. And I wasn't sure how, because I know you said that you had rock songs, then like slow songs, and then like really fast hip hop songs. I was scared kind of going into it. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out into an album, but they actually fit together very well from hip hop to like a little bit of a rock stuff right back into hip hop again. I was like, wow, this is actually really good, and the features were dope too.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man. I
so
appreciate that. Um, I had so much fun with this album. It was just a great. It was a great learning experience for me because
yeah,
I experimented with so much stuff. I did my first ever like loud rap songs. I did my first ever like more trap style rap
yeah.
songs.
That Mario song is crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that flow at all. I was like, what? This
Yeah.
where's the kid behind?
Um, I think I think my best song I've ever made is on Hellbent and it's Lies. Um,
Yeah, Liza's dope.
there's so many people that say that they just love Lies. Like I know, if I can go to, I'll go to the stats right now. Xander, who is one of the other hosts, or at least he was on the first episode, he's got 86 out of the 160 plays that is on the song. And there's this other kid that anytime I play Lies, he's like, "Yo, I love this song." No, I love this song.
Wait, do you have SoundCloud Pro?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering how you see the people that listen to it. I don't have SoundCloud Pro. I wasn't gonna buy it until I ran out of minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I was making so much music that I was down to like, I think 13 minutes at one point. And then finally, I was like, yo, I gotta do something. So, I got it for my fucking birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy because I think I was at like 40 something tracks when I was running out of minutes, and I've got 89 tracks now. So
Yeah, you put a lot more music than I did. Jesus Christ.
It's not always the best thing, but I make so much fucking music. I that's all I'm ever doing too.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I think what you need to do is invest in getting your songs mixed and mastered. Whether you just hit up somebody online that does it for like $10 or something like that, because that's gonna push your sound forward too. Because I'll listen to one song and it's really quiet, and then I'll listen to the next song that one's a little bit louder, and then the next song is kind of quieter. Just getting that all kind of like balanced out would really help you out too.
Yeah. And I mean, I do the best I can mixing my own music, but sometimes I find myself stuck in a loop of not being able to mix my voice right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you get somebody to mix it, they can do it that a lot better. Whether it's compression, EQing, or even a little bit of reverb.
Yeah. I think at some point, because I gave my sister a USB full of my songs because I guess she had connection to someone who had a studio. So I gave her a USB full of my songs to give to him, and he really liked it. So he charges like $20 an hour in his studio. So the only thing that sucks about it is that my parents want to take me there. And the funny thing is, my parents don't know about this shit that I write about. And
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, do your parents like know about your YouTube channel or SoundCloud?
They know about some of my songs. They know about the songs that I show them. Like if they knew about "I Killed Myself to Say It Ain't So" by Weezer, they would probably be livid. Which it's kind of unfortunate to me because even the lighter songs that aren't as bad, they would be livid at, which is really limiting to me, and it's bad. So that's why if they take me to the studio, I would have to make something that's completely family friendly. I'd have to make something like Tie Dye, which I don't want to make another song like Tie Dye. So I don't know, if I could just have my sister take me there, that'd be even better. That'd be better because my sister, like when I showed her "I Killed Myself to Say It Ain't So" by Weezer, she was just a little bit concerned, which I can understand that, but she was okay with it. So and my sisters are like crazy supportive. anytime I post a new song, they're always ready to share it on Facebook and whatnot, and they're always talking about getting me into studios and shit, and getting me signed to labels and shit. So they're really cool, and I'd love to if I could have just my sister take me there, and that'd be awesome. Or if I can, that scared the shit out of me. Holy shit. But
The dog.
yeah, fuck. What was okay. If I could just have my sister take me there, or if by the time that I do go to it, I'm old enough to drive wherever I want, then that'd be perfect too. But
Yeah, $20 an hour. That's crazy, dude. I mean, mine's even pretty cheap too. Mine's 50, but $20 an hour. Oh,
yeah, and when I told my dad about it, he's like, "Yo, that's expensive." I'm like, "Dad,
the dad, are you blowed, brethren?
see, with the studio business, you don't even want to know what expensive is." So
Yeah, you don't even know what it is.
it's
Bro,
really
I
cool.
spent like $5,000 total on just all my sound equipment at home. That's not even including studio time.
Yeah, yeah. I'd
But,
love to at some point find someone that could mix and master my music. I think that'd be really cool.
I mean, I can do it for you too. I can try to see if you like it or not. But
I do like the way that you master your music.
I did Time Flies. That's when I did mix and master myself.
Man, that was a really good song.
Yeah, that was one you liked. So, I was gonna ask you, I saw you reposted "Homies." Did you like? Did you like that one?
Yes, I did. I did like that one.
Okay. What you like about it?
What I like about it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could pick out something in particular. I was able to vibe to it really well.
Dope. Okay, bet. Yeah, Cade, he's dope too. I found he was on iFunny too. Then he hit me up and wanted to do a feature, and he's dope. If you check out his tape, that he has got a song on there. I think it's called "Diss Me" or something like that. That one's crazy. His flow is on top. Is on point. You should link up with him.
It's crazy how many artists you can find on iFunny.
For real though.
Yeah, because I found a reasonable amount of artists on SoundCloud. One of them is a lot bigger than me, but they're very, very, very quote unquote experimental. But it's not really experimental. It's just throwing sounds together, kind of like Death Grips, you know.
Yeah.
I do like some Death Grips songs though. I'm trying to think of what the one song was called. I don't remember, but I liked it. But there's some songs that Death Grips have made that just they're throwing sounds together. It just does not sound right at all. Because it's supposed to be experimental, you know.
Right.
But I've been dabbling in a lot of production recently. Not even just rap beats, but also more alternative type beats, you know.
Yeah. I wish I could do that. I don't know. I never really done alternative. I done like ambient stuff. You can hear on my profile, like "Hold Me," but yeah, I want to do like video game stuff too.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I think I've made a vow to myself for like the rest of the albums that I ever put out. There's going to be at least one instrumental / electronic song on it. Because when I did, I guess if you don't count Yellow Room, because that was just a small 3-song EP. But Epicenium, I had Electrify at the end. For Hellbent, I had The People's Melody at the end. For Suicide Kids, I have A Little Kid's Anthem, which I'd say that counts. I might make it a vocal song, but this is kind of weird to say, but A Little Kid's Anthem, it doesn't sound anything like Bohemian Rhapsody, but I was inspired by Bohemian Rhapsody because Bohemian Rhapsody, it's like
Fire.
3 songs in one song.
Fire.
Huh?
Yeah. Fire, bro.
Yeah.
Heat.
Yeah, like OG.
Degrees. 100 degrees.
Exactly. But I wonder what it would sound like if Queen rapped. He kind of did when he did like Another one Bicep does. I don't know what the fucking going on about, but Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like 3 songs in one song, and I thought that concept was so cool because not that many artists have, or not that many like very big industrial artists have done that. I
Yeah.
know Queen did many songs like that, and I wanted to try that, so I went into the studio and I found this first nice little instrumental sample that I found, and I put it on some drums and whatnot, and it sounded pretty cool. But then I was like, it started to reach a climax, and I was like, what if at the climax I just switched it right into something that sounded completely different, like that, but that would still fit.
Yeah.
And then I did that, and that was pretty lit. And then it like did like a guitar climax, and then it went straight into something really soft. And then after that soft little part, it went into like very ambient violin type wavy sounds.
Yeah.
And then the ending is like very spacey sounds. And I thought it's a really cool concept to me to be able to have your song switch in and out of styles, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm doing that kind of again on this other song that I'm making called Poindexter's Ballad. It's a piano song, the one that I was talking about earlier. And I have a bunch of different piano melodies on it, because the beginning starts out really soft and slow, and then it gets really fast with the bass guitar. And then it goes into the hook, which is a kind of electronic-y, and it's got drums on it. And then it goes straight into a melody afterwards for the second verse. The only way I can describe it is it sounds like something that would be on the Undertale soundtrack. That's really all I could describe it as. And then it goes into some really like nostalgic piano melodies and whatnot, and then it goes back into the hook. And I think I'm trying to dabble in that concept more, because after I watched Bohemian Rhapsody, I started listening to so much Queen, and I kept listening to Bohemian Rhapsody, and then I listened to Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, because that's another great example of that concept.
You should listen to Ode to Sleep by 21 Pilots.
Oh God, have I listened to that? Hold on, wait.
Here's the first off Vessel.
Ode to Sleep.
That song is crazy.
Oh, I have not listened to that one. I will listen to that one though. It's cool to see that 21 Pilots is kind of back in the spotlight again, or at least somewhat. When they released, what was their album called?
Blurry Face.
No, not that one. The new one that they just released.
Vessel. Oh, the new one. Jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't listened to Jumpsuit.
I listened to some of it, and it's actually, it's really good. They haven't like they've changed, but only in a good way.
Blurry Face was okay to me. Cause Vessel, I fucked with heavy. I love Vessel. I found that when I was in high school. I think my junior year, high school, 2013, 2012, something like that. I found them, and that was crazy to me. That was my nonstop bump. And then they dropped Blurry Face in like 2015, I think, 2014, 15. And I don't know, man. I wasn't vibing with it at first when I first listened to it. It grew on me a little bit. The more I listened to it, maybe it's just familiar. Got more familiar with it, but then it I don't know. Then their fan base really turned me off a lot with their music. It's kind of, I don't know, because all those fucking emo girls. I don't know. It was
really sad to see 21 Pilots go down that road.
Yeah, it was really cancer. It really. I didn't care for their fan base. But
there's some really good bands that ended up in that same loophole. Like Panic at the Disco went in that same loophole too.
Yeah. Huh? Nothing. I was just coughing.
Oh. But they have some really good songs that I like. But they went down that same rabbit hole of the cancerous community. And it's just sad because 21 Pilots, the only thing that really they did wrong, in my opinion, was when they made Heathens for Suicide Squad.
Oh, but they didn't. They didn't really make it. I think they just made it for the movie.
Well, yeah,
They
yeah,
they didn't
but
really have a really direction. I think it was more the studio or a record company that kind of had to make it for them. I don't think they had much say in it. But oh well.
yeah, but I feel like their song being in 21 or being in Suicide Squad really kind of dug them deeper into the rabbit hole. Um,
But it also helped them blow up. So
yeah, that's true. But it's just sad that they kind of just took a hiatus for a long time.
it was only a 2 year hiatus. I think because half one of those years they were fucking on tour, and then they were probably putting together stuff for the album for a whole year. That's why
Yeah,
it took a while to release this album. I have to listen to it yet. I'm sure it's fine.
yeah. It's good that they took a break though, because it's like it was enough time for that hate to die down.
It wasn't even
Because
hate.
of
It was just their whole fucking fan base is so goddamn annoying.
yeah,
You couldn't go
um,
anywhere without seeing goddamn 21 Pilot fangirls, bro.
I know, and it was so annoying. Um, but really, that time that they took, let that die down.
Oh, it frizzled down within a year. Oh, dude, I was so happy. Like I haven't seen anything about it. Even since they dropped their new album, I haven't seen any girls or like anything on iFunny or anything anywhere about it. Really,
Yeah, 21
Uh,
Pilots was really one of those OG underground artists.
you're good.
Before they really stressed out, and that blew up like crazy.
Tyler's talented as fuck. I'll never take that away from that dude. He's dope.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
but I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I need to go to sleep. I've been up for a long time today.
I got you. That's okay. This is the longest episode of the podcast.
Is it really?
1 hour and 40 minutes.
It says an hour and 2 minutes. What do you mean?
An hour and 2 minutes?
That's what the ongoing call says.
Really?
Hour and 3 minutes. Right. No.
Where are you seeing that?
On the ongoing call on the stream on Discord. I don't know. Oh well. Whatever.
But dang. Oh boy. Okay. So, to wrap this up, go check out Fig Karl. He's got some amazing music, better music than I do. Go check him out.
I appreciate it.
Go check him out. Wait for him to release that album. In terms of what I'm doing, I'm just been working on music a lot lately. I'm probably going to be releasing a song pretty soon. And then I'm just going to wait for a little bit to release an EP.
Heat.
And then Heat.
He's releasing some heat.
Releasing
dig.
some high temperature items. Okay.
High degrees.
Okay. If you
Alright.
like this podcast, go check out the other episodes. I'll see you guys in whatever I do next. Bye-bye.